Winning a casino jackpot feels like beating the system, but what nobody tells you is that the real game begins the moment you celebrate. Former casino insiders reveal how, behind the scenes, a machine win of over $1,200 triggers instant alerts across every department. Your player profile gets flagged, your bets get tracked, and hosts and cameras quietly watch your next move. That is when the house launches a silent protocol designed to win your jackpot back, and every action you take is already part of their playbook. How does a single win trigger an entire operation against you? And why do so many big winners end up leaving with nothing? The answers start with a system you were never meant to see. A slot machine flashes and locks, freezing the reels in place. The jackpot meter climbs past $1,200, enough to trigger a handpay. Within seconds, the machine's internal system fires a jackpot event across the casino's network. The message carries machine number, team jackpot amount, and, if a player card is inserted, the winner's profile ID. On the back end, the casino management system logs the event and updates the floor dashboard. A new alert appears that says, "Jackpot winner at machine 421, approach with comps." This alert does not just sit on a screen. It instantly pings multiple departments at once. Slot attendants receive a notification to verify the win and collect identification for tax paperwork. The accounting team is notified to prepare IRS Form W-2G required for any slot payout over $1,200. Meanwhile, surveillance gets a simultaneous alert, linking the jackpot to the camera feeds covering that machine. In many properties, a surveillance operator bookmarks the exact time and location, tagging the video for later review or investigation. Hosts and player development staff see the winner's name, and details pop up on their tablets. If the player used a loyalty card, their entire profile, including past play, tier status, and theoretical loss, is now flagged as recent jackpot. For uncarded winners, the system logs the machine and timestamp, and staff may approach to encourage sign-up, bringing the player into the network. All of this happens before the payout is even counted. The alert chain is precise, automatic, and nearly invisible to the winner. What looks like a simple machine lockout is actually a coordinated back-end response, setting the stage for every move that follows. Inside the surveillance room, the jackpot alert flashes on a dedicated terminal. Operators don't just watch the floor, they act. The machine number, time, and payout amount appear alongside a live camera feed, already centered on the winning slot. In many casinos, the next step is routine. An operator bookmarks the footage, tagging the exact moment and location. That tag becomes a permanent marker, allowing managers or regulators to pull up the event instantly, whether it is for a payout audit, a player dispute, or a security review. A former surveillance operator describes it this way: "The second a big win hits, we get a ping. I pull up the camera, hit the bookmark button, and add a note, machine, amount, player card if they used one. If they did not, I zoom in and try to catch a name or ID from the attendant. That video is now flagged for review, and I will keep an eye on the player as they move around the floor." Carded winners are easy to track. Their loyalty number links every move to their profile, and the system can show where they have played before or how much they have lost over time. For uncarded winners, surveillance relies on camera coverage and whatever identification is collected during the payout. Operators may follow a winner from machine to cage, watching for anything unusual, suspicious interactions, attempts to hide, or someone shadowing the winner. The goal is not just to catch cheaters. It is to ensure the payout is legitimate and that the winner's behavior after a major score does not raise new questions. Once the footage is tagged, the surveillance team stands ready to hand off the next steps to hosts and floor staff, now fully aware that a high-value player is in play. A cocktail server appears almost instantly after a jackpot, smiling and offering a drink on the house. Hosts call it a perk, but to the casino, it is an investment with a measurable return. Studies show that even a single alcoholic drink can nudge gamblers toward riskier bets and longer sessions. In 2010, a laboratory experiment found that players who drank alcohol before slot play increased their average bet size by 30%. Casinos know this effect well. The free drink is timed for the moment. Your pulse is still racing from the win when your sense of discipline is at its weakest. A former casino host puts it plainly, "We are not just congratulating you. We are giving you a reason to stay and keep playing. Free drinks, comped meals, whatever makes you feel like a winner, because a winner is more likely to give it back." The numbers support the strategy. Internal metrics track not just how much winners spend, but how their betting changes after a comp. Hosts can see, in real time, if a player who just got a round of drinks starts betting bigger or faster. The system flags these shifts, and the host tablet quietly updates with new offers. This is the moment when the house money effect takes hold. Behavioral economists call it a mental accounting trick. After a win, gamblers treat their payout as less valuable than their own cash. The result? Players who just hit a jackpot are far more willing to raise the stakes, try bigger bets, or chase another win. Alcohol amplifies this effect, lowering inhibitions and making losses feel less real. The casino's hospitality is not just about keeping you happy. It is about keeping you in a mindset where the next bet feels easy, and the idea of walking away with your winnings feels remote. Every free drink is a calculated step in the process of turning a lucky break into just another profitable session for the house. The moment a jackpot is paid, the casino's hospitality is not just about celebration, it is about shifting how you think about your money. Behavioral economists call this the house money effect. After a big win, people treat their new gains as less valuable than the cash they brought in. The risk does not feel real, because in your mind you are playing with the casino's money, not your own. That mental switch is exactly what casinos count on. A recent study in behavioral finance found that gamblers who just won are far more likely to increase their bet size and extend their session. The numbers back it up. After a win, players double their average wager in the first 20 minutes. Hosts and floor managers know this window well. Their tablets light up with your profile, and the system quietly flags you as a hot player. The offers come quickly: another drink, a comped meal, a suggestion to try a new game. Every gesture is designed to keep you feeling like a winner, even as you start to risk more than you planned. A behavioral economist explains it this way: the house money effect is powerful because it tricks your brain into thinking losses do not matter as much. You are more willing to take risks, to chase bigger bets, to keep playing when you should walk away. Casinos do not need to force you, they just need to make sure you stay in that mindset. This psychological shift is why the hospitality ramps up right after a jackpot. The casino creates an environment where cashing out feels less exciting than staying. The celebration, the comps, the attention, they are all tools to keep the house money effect alive. In that first stretch after a win, your guard is down and your risk tolerance spikes. The longer you stay in that zone, the more likely you are to start giving the jackpot back, one bet at a time. A casino host approaches with a polished smile, carrying an upgraded offer, maybe a dinner at the steakhouse, a suite for the night, or a reserved seat in the high-limit area. These perks are not random. They are mapped out in a comp ladder designed to match the size of your win. The more you have just banked, the more generous the invitations become. A $1,200 jackpot might earn free drinks and a buffet pass. A $10,000 payout could mean a luxury room, show tickets, or even a private limo. For six-figure wins, the incentives climb higher: penthouse suites, exclusive tables, and an open tab at the bar. A former floor manager describes the process. The second we see a big win on the dashboard, we check the player's history and theoretical loss. If they are new, we want them in the system. If they are a regular, we want them to feel like royalty. The goal is not just to congratulate. It is to make staying feel like the only option. This is soft power at work. The casino does not push or pressure. It pulls you in with status, comfort, and recognition. The host's tablet shows your comp eligibility in real time, updating as your play changes. Every offer is calculated to maximize your sense of belonging and exclusivity. You are no longer just a lucky guest, you are a valued VIP, someone the house wants to keep close. The allure of these perks is hard to ignore. A sweet upgrade or a private invite feels like a reward, not a lure, but every incentive is a carefully budgeted investment, justified by the math of expected loss. The longer you stay, the more the house edge works in the casino's favor. The host's charm, the velvet rope, the whispered invitation. They are all part of a retention playbook that turns emotional leverage into cold, predictable numbers. High-limit rooms turn the house edge from a slow leak into a raging current. The math is simple, but the effect is devastating. Once a jackpot winner steps onto high-limit machines, every spin carries more risk, not just because of the bigger numbers, but because the house edge multiplies with every dollar wagered. On a standard high-limit slot, the average house edge sits around 6 to 8%. That might sound small, but with $50 or $100 per spin, it adds up fast. A player betting $50 per spin at 500 spins an hour faces $25,000 in total wagers each hour. Even at an 8% edge, that is $2,000 expected loss. Gone in just 60 minutes, on average. Ex-casino host describes seeing winners with $40,000 jackpots walk into the high-limit room and lose half their payout in a single session. It is not always a dramatic collapse. Sometimes it is a steady drain. 500 here, 1,000 there, each bigger bet justified as playing with house money. The system does not care if you win a few hands or hit a bonus. Over hundreds of spins, the math takes over. The more you bet, the faster the edge works. Even players who start cautiously often ramp up after a few drinks or a near miss, convinced their luck has not run out. The casino's internal stats track these patterns down to the minute. Hosts see real-time updates on your average bet and session length. If you start chasing, the system flags it. If your bets double, so does your expected loss. The high-limit room is designed for speed, faster spins, fewer distractions, and bigger minimums. That is how a $40,000 win can shrink to $20,000 in less than an hour. A halftime loss that happens so often, staff call it the usual. Every comp, every smile, every invitation to try your luck at a bigger machine is backed by this math. The house does not need to trick you. It just needs to keep you playing at stakes where the edge does its work. For jackpot winners, the high-limit room is where celebration quietly turns back into business for the casino. Every jackpot winner remembers the celebration, but few notice how quickly their luck starts to leak away. It begins with the smallest choices: one more spin, a slightly bigger bet, a few extra minutes at the machine. Slot machines are engineered for speed, averaging up to 600 spins per hour. Each spin feels harmless, but every bet carries the house edge, quietly shaving off a fraction of your winnings. The real danger isn't a single big loss. It is the slow, almost invisible drain that happens over time. One of the most effective tricks in a casino's arsenal is the loss disguised as a win. The machine lights up, music plays, and coins clatter, even if you have just won less than you wagered. These near-miss celebrations trigger the same reward centers in your brain as a real win, encouraging you to keep playing. Over hundreds of spins, these false victories blur the line between winning and losing, making it easy to ignore how much has slipped away. Gamblers often track their progress by the size of their last win, not by their actual balance. After a jackpot, each small loss feels insignificant, just a tiny piece of the house's money, not your own. But as the session stretches on, the math never stops working. The house edge, often 6% or more on slots, means that for every $100 wagered, $6 is gone for good. Multiply that by hundreds of spins and rising bet sizes, and the slow drip becomes a steady flow. By the time most winners notice, half their payout is already gone, lost in a blur of lights, sounds, and micro-decisions. There is one move that every ex-casino employee agrees can protect a jackpot winner. Cash out and walk straight to the exit. This is not just old gamblers' wisdom, it is a harm reduction rule backed by the math and psychology of how casinos work. The moment your payout hits your hand, the house edge is waiting. Every drink, every comp, every invitation is designed to keep you on the floor just a little longer. But the system's power ends the second you leave. The rule is simple. When you hit a jackpot, cash out and walk directly to the exit. Do not stop for a drink. Do not play another machine. Do not visit the high-limit room. The exit is your finish line. The nudge comes fast, and it is always friendly. Host will ask, "Still feeling lucky?" That is an invitation to keep playing, to celebrate, to believe that your streak is not over. But every extra spin, every extra minute, is another chance for the house to reclaim what you have won. The casino's advantage is relentless, but it only works if you stay in the game. Gambling counselors and recovery groups echo the same advice. Set a limit before you play, and when you win big, leave immediately. The difference between a winner and a statistic is not luck, it is discipline. The only way to keep your jackpot is to make the exit your next move, no matter how tempting the offers or how good the mood on the floor feels. Casinos invest millions in surveillance, psychology, and hospitality, not to beat luck, but to outlast it. Today, advanced tracking systems and behavioral nudges make it easier than ever for the house to reclaim its edge. The real game isn't about the machines, it's about self-control. Every winner faces a choice: leave with your fortune or stay and feed the system. Sometimes the smartest bet is knowing when to walk away.